I'm happy that people are making the comparison with Love Island. There's definitely very close similarities there, and really I'm happy that there are conversations linking the two of them, because this story is dystopian, and sometimes to me it feels like we kind of normalize some of the absurd and ridiculous elements of modern day entertainment. So I think drawing those parallels is kind of satisfying for me. I had watched a lot of Love Island before, particularly during lockdown, and I definitely remembered very fondly not just watching Love Island, but the conversations I had with my housemates at the time. The kind of armchair psychoanalysis was really fun, and I kind of wanted that same feeling in the book of having a fun bingeable time, but also opening up conversations around some of the kind of gender politics and so that are kind of inherent to those stories. But I think particularly the opening of the girls waiting for the boys felt very similar to Love Island, and I just wanted to kind of dial that up and kind of make it a more extreme division of gender roles. So Love Island was definitely kind of singing throughout the whole story, but particularly the opening. There were a couple of characters who were slightly influenced by Love Island archetypes, or kind of maybe reality television show archetypes. Candice was definitely the kind of bombshell, the woman who was so beautiful it sort of disrupts everyone's idea of themselves, and that everyone sort of exists in her orbit, such as her beauty. And as well as that, Lily kind of hopefully challenging the idea of the sort of clueless blonde and not really knowing what's going on. I hope that you kind of see that Lily, like everyone on these shows, is, fully realised and has a lot going on, and that it can be easy to cast judgments, but it's not that the people actually merit those aspersions. More and more we're seeing in entertainment and media the gamification of dating, and maybe it's a kind of sign of the times of the hopelessness of it in the modern age, that having it as a kind of brutal contest feels more sort of palatable than a sort of yearning romance where everything works out, that it's all quite, vicious and it's, contestable. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I was coming from, the kind of the dystopian element of dating and media, and yeah, all of that intersecting. I think my interest in Love Island was kind of both as a fan and a critic, and I think you can be both simultaneously. I don't believe in looking down on people who enjoy reality television at all. That's never made any sense to me, and I do think that it is a kind of a source of really rich anthropological study. There is so much to be taken away from it. So I think it was the two of them at the same time. One of the elements of Love Island that I wanted to draw from was the kind of limited views of maybe beauty and kind of performance within gender roles or gender stereotypes was interesting to me, and also the fact that in Love Island we kind of allow or accept or even sometimes promote gaslighting and manipulation and sometimes genuine aggression, and we kind of pass it off as entertainment. So all of that felt like a really rich kind of playground of ideas to draw from. So something that I was interested in was the idea of voyeurism, and I wanted to kind of make a connection between the reader and the viewer and the kind of shared culpability there, and that we are sort of watching and yearning for and sort of celebrating this drama or sort of bingeable content that is maybe exploitative of the people who are participating in it. And so I hoped that as the reader you have a fun time and maybe sort of question your role within this industry and within this story.